Hi guys, Candy here at my mobile homestead. Oh, what an interesting life right now. Okay, you know the saying, God won't give you more than he thinks you can handle? I'm starting to think he thinks I'm a badass. Because, wow. So, Monday, today's Friday the 12th of January, 2018. And Monday, the 8th, around almost midnight, I got a phone call from a friend of my son's and found out that my son had been in a critical car accident. So I flew out of bed, got myself ready, headed out the door, went to the hospital. I had already been up since like 5:45 that morning. And so I had my son, my youngest son, take me on down to the hospital. And we hung out there until Tuesday. No, wait. I can't even tell you. My days are running together. I really had to look at my calendar on my phone to figure out what day it was. Just, wow. So I seriously, my days are, okay. So anyway, while he was at the okay, this is what happened, all right. We just got rain on Monday, and it's been a good dry spell here, and the rain hit and it came down hard. And when it does that, all the oil on the road, you know, especially when you're in a dry climate, it all of a sudden like rises up or something. I'm not 100% sure about all the mechanics of that because I'm not a scientist and I'm horrible at math. But what happened was he went to shift down and he went into a slide. Lost control of his truck. It slid into another person's lane. And now this is right before a light. So the other person should have been slowing down. Or maybe the light just turned green and she decided to punch it. I don't know. But she had to have been hauling ass. Okay? Now, I am in the process of looking into this. I called the insurance. They're trying to say that it's his fault because he went into her lane. I don't know how it could be his fault. I think it's like, you know, weather conditions. Can't they put blame on weather conditions? You know, he was following the rules. She was the one moving too fast. They said it didn't matter how fast she was going. I'm so fired up about that thing, I'm telling you. So she hit him so hard. Oh, I didn't even bring my phone out here with me. Whatever. Okay. I'm going to end up doing a like a slideshow with pictures separately, but I'll link this one to it and link that one to this because I do not have time for even editing. I'm going to not even do my little intro or my credits or anything like that. I'm just going to get this up there so I can let you guys know what's going on. So what I'm asking for is prayers, big time prayers. Now he's doing a lot better than he was. So this woman, my son was in a Chevy S10, and this woman was in a Tahoe, a Toyota. I don't know if that's a Toyota, but anyway, all I think is lake when I think Tahoe. So anyway, she hit him so hard that the bed of his truck is like his cab is here and the bed of the truck sticks out like 2 to 3 feet on one side. So she hit him on the passenger side, and she did damage to the cab on the passenger side, but the worst damage is like back a little bit, you know, and then the whole bed. So twisted the drive shaft out, took that tire off on the back rear passenger side, shoved it over, and so what happened was he got broken ribs. He has 7 broken ribs, and it punctured his right lung. He already had pneumonia, so that didn't help the situation, but he is doing better at this point. He's finally off the chest tube, but it's, like I said, it's been a week, so just, I've been like, ah! My brain is like, poof, gone. Totally. So this is my oldest son, Daniel. And, and if I get scattered here and you're having a hard time following me, just bear with me. I swear to you, I'm going to get back on point. The squirrels are running crazy in my head, I'm telling you. So, let me see. He got hit. She did some damage. The ambulance came, took him to the hospital. Nobody called me until like almost 12. I think it was like 11:45, and it was his best friend that called because I guess somebody tried to call, because I have a message on my answering machine of somebody tried to call, and then I guess the guy had the phone in his hand and was asking my son, "What happened? Are you all right?" And he was just like, because he hit his head on the windshield. He has some cuts on the side of his head. Fortunately, he does not have a concussion, but he has the 6 broken ribs, punctured lung, shattered pelvis, and lacerated spleen. So the spleen laceration seems to be healing, but we had to talk him into going into allowing them to do surgery, because he was like, no, I'll just heal. Dude, you're going to be stuck in bed for a long time. So they had to put 2 pins in, like, you can't see me, all right. So say this is the pelvis. This is the back of the pelvis, this is the front of the pelvis. So from the back of the pelvis, they had to put 2 pins in coming in like this. And they're pretty long, they're like this long, And then in the front, on the very, very front, like under, at his pelvic bone, they had to put small screws and a plate all across the front. He completely shattered that. So, because in addition to it being fractured in the back, the whole front was like, it comes together like this. It looks like this, kind of. But it was like this. So it was completely off and separated. So they brought it together and lined it up and put that plate in there. So it looks like they did a really, really good job. And fortunately, there's one hospital out here that's, everybody's heard of Children's Hospital that San Diego is famous for. Well, right across from Children's Hospital is Sharp Memorial. And they're one of the best hospitals in San Diego County. And actually probably the best hospital. And they have an excellent, excellent trauma department. And I'm going to explain to you why I know about their trauma department in about 2 seconds here. Because, guys, this is not my first rodeo. Can you believe it? It's like why I'm saying, God must think I'm a badass. Because 3.5 years ago, I did a video about it, but I removed it because I'm going to add it again. But I have I'll link pictures that I have, like a little slideshow that I did from when my son Rowan was in a critical car accident in 2014, August of 2014. And what happened with him was he fell asleep behind the wheel. He was burning the candle at both ends and working. He was trying to get ahead, and it set him way back, tell you that. He ended up falling asleep, doing a 180, hit a tree, slid down a 50-foot embankment, punctured both lungs, broke 6 ribs, broke both of his scapulas, and his back. So, and he's doing very well right now, so 3.5 years later, fast forward 3.5 years, he's doing really, really well. He does deal with chronic pain, But, and he uses marijuana for the chronic pain, which is, you know, hey, you got to do what you got to do. And actually, the pain medication really messes up his gut. He's ended up back in the hospital multiple times because of that. So he just sticks with what works, you know. And if that's what works, I don't care. He works. He goes to work. He has a job. He's an auto mechanic, and he's doing pretty darn good. So both my sons blessed. I'm telling you, blessed after what happened to them. So yeah, I'm just with the everything. So my son's in the hospital right now. They did the surgery. They tried to get him up yesterday. All he's allowed, now this is going to be interesting, guys, because here at my mobile homestead, I have steps, pretty deep steps, that go into, up onto my deck, and then like a little teeny tiny step down once you come inside the house, because the person that lived here before, I don't know what they were thinking, but we're working on unthinking all that. And then now my son, he's been sleeping on my couch. It's a sofa bed, and the thing is really uncomfortable. I mean, you can feel everything. I feel like Princess and the Pea sleeping on that thing. I'm just like, oh, no. So we're going to go get his bed out of storage and put the couch in the storage and get him all set up here. He was actually working on getting his own place, getting on his feet, getting his own place. And now he's going to have to go back to square one pretty much. So we're going to put his bed in here. And next, I have to figure out putting a ramp in. Now here at our mobile home park, they require you have to have a building permit when you have build anything. So I'm going to have to get a building permit, and we're going to have to figure out putting in a ramp. I don't know how the heck I'm going to do that because those things are expensive. Lumber's expensive. So, yeah. But there might be, there's some ways. There might be someone that can help us. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Drink my coffee. That'll make me feel better. Didn't even swallow it. It started working. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just like, my cogs are spinning, I'm telling you, totally spinning. Because I'm trying to figure out what to do about this ramp. He has to have a ramp. He's going to be in a wheelchair. Because the thing is they told him he cannot bear any weight. On his left leg, no weight bearing whatsoever. On his right leg, only enough to pivot around to sit down in a wheelchair. Or a regular chair. Or pivot from the wheelchair to the toilet. Which is going to be interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do. But, we're going to do it. We're going to figure it out, guys. We're going to figure it out. That goes without saying. I'm just like, yeah, so anyway, it's been crazy, and I was doing pretty good with getting some videos out a little bit more consistently, not every day, but a little bit more consistently. But then somebody decided to stick a wheel in my spokes, stick up like a rock in my spokes or something like that, because dang! Oh, man. And then Monday, I went back to work because I had been off for winter break for 3 weeks. And then, I hope my lupus isn't flaring back up. Stress can do that. So, back to work Monday. Monday was all-day training. Supposed to start back again on Tuesday with the students and everything. And then this. So I have taken the entire week as a vacation, some vacation, right? And I'm like, you can probably hear the washer going in the background. I needed to get some laundry done. You know what I really need to do is wash my dishes. My house, my kitchen, whew, looks like it threw up on itself. I got dishes piled in the sink, stuff stacked everywhere. I got blankets that I had washed laying across chairs right here. Nothing. I've got, I mean, you have to like be careful walking down the hall because I got stuff thrown in. It's just like ridiculous. And that's all going to have to change from when my son gets home because he has to have all areas cleared. And then we're going to put the bed in. But we still have to figure out the ramp because he cannot get up these steps unless he does like butt walks up it. But he still has to be able to stand up from down on the ground. And my son weighs 250 pounds. He's 6'5" and 250 pounds. So, and going back down the steps is the same thing. He's going to have to sit down from a standing position. That's going to be really hard for him to get down there. It's hard enough for a tall person anyway to get down really low to the ground. And then now getting up off the steps at the bottom might be easy because he doesn't even have to go all the way to the very bottom step. You know, we have really, really long legs, so he could probably be like the second step up and get himself in a standing position. But doing it from really, really low on the ground, just, yeah. Because this is one of the things that they threw at us. Well, you know, they're like, well, maybe, you know, he could butt walk. And I'm like, we got to get him up off the ground. You know, I'm thinking far enough ahead here because I'm not teeny. I'm almost 6 feet tall. But I've lost a lot of weight. So I weigh like, I don't know, 162 pounds. And up against his 250, you know, we're just... yeah. So, but we're going to figure it out. You know, my son, he's kind of a little bit depressed right now. He doesn't normally have an issue with depression, but he's a plumber. He's a master plumber. And he's used to, you know, just handle it, you know, get up and go and handle it. Just do his business. And he's still, up until Monday, he was still skating. You know, when he was a teenager, he was assigned with somebody for a little bit, and or at least somebody wanted to sign him, and so yeah, what is that? Sponsored. So anyway, so you see the squirrels, they're trying to do things. So yeah, so here he went from at 34 years old still doing tricks on his skateboard and all that cool stuff. He takes his son to the skate park, to figuring out how we can get a ramp in the house so that he can get up and down the stairs. Yeah. So, anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. And I will post some pictures. You know what, guys? All I can do is laugh at the situation, because last time I wasn't laughing at the situation, but I was like pretty doggone stressed out. But and last time I was taking Xanax. This time I'm not taking any Xanax. I'm just dealing with it. But like, I tried sleeping at the hospital, and those hospital couches are horribly uncomfortable. I mean, they're better than other ones I've slept on, but they really are horribly uncomfortable. I wonder how much time has passed. I don't want to be dragging you guys on forever. Oh, almost 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Love you guys. I really do. Please pray that, you know, he continues on a good path of recovery, and pray that we can figure out something for this ramp, because he is going to have to get home. And the other thing is we're going to have to work on finding somebody. I mean, that's the easy part, to get him to his appointments. But I don't know if I could end up doing like, what is that? Is that personal time off thing that the state pays for? You can get up to 6 weeks. I don't know if I'd be able to do that, but we'll just figure it out. That's all. Please pray. I need prayer. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. God bless.